An absolutely spaced out shave today on Barber Dave Shaves and Such. Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Monday. And today, as you know, for me is Barber Errand Day. So for that reason, we are going to be doing a DE shave. Well, not really a DE shave. So you say, Dave, and I say, what? He said, so you're going to do an SE shave? Well, yeah, I guess you could say it's a single edge. But in the intro, you heard spaced out shave. Now, those of you that watch my channel have seen this once before, I think, maybe twice. Once, I think, when I was doing my shaves across the decades. So our spaced out shave today is a tribute to the intrepid astronauts of the Apollo program. And we'll go over all the accoutrements later. But the razor we're going to be using today was standard issue in all astronaut DOP kits that were going into high Earth orbit or into to the moon for long periods of time. And that's right, that is the Gillette Techmatic adjustable. Now, the unique thing about this razor is you can adjust it from low blade exposure to high blade exposure, and then also you advance the blade. There's a little ribbon in this cartridge. This white part is the cartridge, and there's a ribbon, a razor ribbon, and what you do is you just click that forward and it advances at one whole spot, so you always have a fresh blade. Now, I don't use this razor hardly at all. It's more of a collector item, but it also has the number on how many shaves you've had. So it's really, really kind of cool. Now, there has been a lot of arguments that this thing doesn't shave well. I disagree. I think it shaves great. You just have to have the angle right. I have also heard that, according to some people, that I bought all the cartridges that were left on the planet, which I don't think is true, but I do have enough of these cartridges, and you figure 10 shaves or so per cartridge. According to that, I have enough of these to last me for a long time. But it's a fun razor to use. And like I said, it's adjustable and you don't really have to do much. You just shave with it. I get very smooth shaves out of it. And like I said, I don't shave with it that often, so these cartridges will last me forever. But yeah, they were, in fact, there's a famous picture of Michael Collins. In fact, it's a video of Michael Collins during Apollo, I think it was Apollo 13. It wasn't his Gemini missions, it was Apollo 13, where he was in the command module shaving. And that was on the outbound trip to the moon before the fun of Apollo 13 happened. So just like the Omega Speedmaster is widely regarded as the Moonwatch, the Gillette Techmatic adjustable is known as the space razor. And as we all know, or some of you may not know, the Speedmaster was not the only watch that went to space. In the early years, during the Apollo program, even though the Omega was the one that was pretty much issued to the astronauts, Rolex made it into space on the wrist of Jack Swigert. In fact, during that famous Apollo 13 burn of the lunar module, as far as I understand it, the timing for that was actually done on a Rolex that Jack Swigert had on his wrist. And then the famous astronaut watch that Scott Carpenter wore, made by Bulova. So Omega wasn't the only one, just the one most recognized. And then since then, a company by the name of Fortis has tested their watches on the outside of the International Space Station in a vacuum. Breitling has appeared, and pretty much now, and then of course people still have the Speedmasters. But so there's a lot more space watches than before. Also, the one thing about this Techmatic is the ergonomics are perfect. You just put it in your hand, it's at the right shave angle. And when you're done with the cartridge, you just toss it. It snaps on right here. And I usually advance, like I said, I don't use this razor very often. And I usually advance the blade after 3 or 4 shaves. This is actually, I think, my first cartridge since I got this razor still. Well, I take that back. It's my second. You can still find these out in the wild, cased versions, fairly inexpensively. But as I said, the big thing is the cartridges. And I bought a boatload. Just a little cleanup. As always, in my problem area. And then sometimes, I've noticed lately with some of my razors, that I do need to clean up right in this area a little bit too. And as I said, the quality of the shave is good. Does it rank DS BBS? No. This is a nice BBS shave, and just a lot of fun to use. So the Gillette Techmatic adjustable. And like I said, it leaves a very smooth shave. No alum hit at all. And then kind of wanting to keep with that retro theme today. The Rubberset 400-4. And this is another piece of shaving history that there are tons of companies now that are doing homage to this. And to find these Rubberset 404s in the wild is pretty expensive. Originally they came with bore knots, and I've replaced it with a TGN Finest Badger. But they're a wonderful brush. But I think Razor Rock's got one. There's a I believe there's a company out of Spain that does a full stainless steel version. There's aluminum versions, plastic versions. Yeah, they're all over the place. Yeah, so I would definitely call this just maybe one step above a BBS shave with the Techmatic. Today we're going to be using Thayer's Lavender for our witch hazel. And then keeping with that retro theme, we're going to be using Ice Blue Aqua Velva in the vintage glass bottle. Just a wonderful, you know, as much as we spend on various aftershaves and so forth and so on, as much as we'd like to say, oh, this aftershave's great, and everything else, the bottom line is Skin Bracer, Aqua Velva, Avon, they're still the best. They still feel the best on the skin. You know, and it's funny how that works. It shows how we're victims of marketing. Panad, Clubman, Talc. And again, I put too much in the brush. But today, since this was a spacey shave, we're calling this excess talc moon dust. Yeah, I know, I need to take my medication. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And while we're talking about it, don't forget to come visit us on the Cadre. We'd certainly appreciate it. And then at the end of the video, you'll see the like, subscribe banner. Please do that. We're sitting at 12:57 right now, so 43 more, and we get to have another giveaway. And I think it's going to be another wash, I think. I'm not sure yet. Anyhow, we'll figure something out. The soap, that's what I forgot for today. The soap is another homage to the Apollo program, and this was made by 11 Soaps. It's basically a Creed Aventus dupe, and that's Apollo. No longer made, but just a really, really cool that it has the LEM, or the Lunar Excursion Module, as it's known, on the front. And this came out, I think, the 50th anniversary of Apollo 11. And then for our EDT today, we will be using Creed Aventus. Well, that's it, folks. I certainly appreciate you joining us for this kind of abbreviated shave today. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I'll be out doing barber errands, all that kind of fun stuff. So we'll see you again tomorrow for another straight shave. I'm Barber Dave. This has been Barber Dave Shaves and Such. Have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. Take care.